Hi everybody. I'm going to be reading aloud the text for today for Module 11. I will direct you to pause when there is a text embedded question, and I'll tell you which question number to answer, and then you can press play when you're ready to keep listening and reading along with me. Thanks. All stories below are from this source, so from Times articles on coronavirus heroes. The term frontline workers often conjures or makes you think of images of doctors in hazmat suits and soldiers in uniform. But during the coronavirus outbreak, workers across a vast array, many different industries, have found themselves essential parts of the machine that keeps the world in motion, required to do their jobs despite great risk, whether hog farm employees or bus drivers, mental health counselors or police officers. Here, as part of Time's new issue, frontline workers of all types share their triumphs and fears in their own voices. Pause here and answer question 1. Story 1. Andre Anglin, 51, bus driver in Columbus, Ohio. It started at 6:45 in the morning, and I usually get off around 6:30 p.m. Before 12 o'clock, it's like a ghost town, but after 12 o'clock, people start coming out. I greet almost every passenger that comes on. Most people are going to loved ones' houses to check on them. There's a few people that might be going to the grocery store, and some people have essential jobs they have to go to. I feel proud to be able to do my part, especially for the ones that may be going to the hospital, because they're worried that they have it so they can get checked out. I was in the military, so I still have that sense of honor. I want to do everything I can to make sure that people are taken care of and protected. My employer moved the standing line back so that we're kind of in an isolated area, and people are now coming in and out the back door, so there's no more up-close personal contact with people coming near the fare box. I also make sure that I'm keeping myself sanitized and everything, but I feel more proud about helping other people than, at this moment, my own safety. When I was in the Gulf War, I was in an aircraft carrier, and it was actually stressful in the same way. This is an enemy that we really don't have a full understanding of. So we're doing our best to fight something that we don't know, and I'm just trying to do my part. I also learned, especially going to war, that a smile can go a long way to make people feel better about everything that's going on. I was talking to a gentleman yesterday, and he was like, "Without y'all, this city would be shut down." And he said he wished he could do something special for us. But I thought that him saying thank you was enough for me. And that was a story recorded and told to journalist Abby Vasulis. Pause here for questions 2, question 3, and question 4. Story 2. Ben Davis, 35, is the program director and a social worker at Center for Urban Community Services in New York. We're a program at the Center for Urban Community Services, working with adults living with serious mental illness. The people in our program, most of whom live in the Bronx, have had multiple psychiatric hospitalizations and have tried getting help from clinics and other mental health programs without long-term success. The goal of our program is to help our clients thrive in the community without hospitalization and to reach their life goals. We bring all the services to the people where they are. If they live in a private apartment, we see them at home. If they're homeless, we go and see them on the street. Or if they're in a shelter, we see them there. We provide psychotherapy, psychiatric care, and assistance with medication and other medical issues. We work with their families, address legal issues, go grocery shopping, or help them with cleaning. If they're interested in employment and education, really everything we can to help them reach their goals and maintain wellness in the community. Pause the video and answer question 5. With COVID-19, our job is different in almost every way. We are looking at all of the different things that our clients need and how to prioritize them. Which of those can we only provide face-to-face? And which of those can we provide remotely by phone? We try to do video conferencing by phone when we can, but it's so hard to assess and really know what's going on with people that way. Some of our folks have difficulty with communication, and it has been very anxiety-provoking not being able to see them in person. When we think it is critical, we go and see them in person because we need to. This particularly includes delivering and administering medication. We take all the precautions we can when we do this. A lot of the individuals we work with experience paranoia as part of their psychiatric symptoms. What is happening right now feels like their fears are being made real. People who already have a lot of fear of contamination and germs, and of other people in general, are isolating themselves even more now. In normal times, we are there to help them get out more. Now we're telling them to stay in. We are worried that this necessary isolation might be heightening their paranoia or making it worse. I just went to see someone this morning. I'm wearing a mask and standing at a distance. When I gave him a phone so we could be in better touch, I couldn't just hand it to him for safety. I had to put it on the ground and ask him to pick it up. He was freaked out by that. It was all very different and very confusing. I don't know how well he understood that I was doing it to help keep him safe. The dedicated case managers, social workers, physicians, nurses, and administrators on my team have all been so willing to adapt and adjust. They are doing such great work. In less than a week, we need to help redesign our entire program and change how we do everything. I'm optimistic that whatever comes, if this stretches for months on end, that we'll be able to adapt to it and step up. We're thinking long term. We're planning for this to be months because we have to. That's including things like our procedures around wearing masks. If we run out of gloves, we can't administer medications anymore. Everything we're doing now is planning for the long term. The folks that we work with are among the most vulnerable in our society. When society is functioning at its best, they face incredible challenges because of their mental illness, because of trauma history, because of structural inequity, you name it. Every challenge they face in society when everything's functioning well is heightened now. Pause here and answer question 6. But our clients are survivors. They have been through everything, have lived through things I can't imagine. They are still here and they're persistent. I believe that they have that mindset, that they've been able to get through things before and they'll be able to get through this now. I try to be optimistic that they'll be okay. We are there no matter what to help them. And this story was told and recorded by Abigail Abrams. Story 3. Yolanda Fisher, 48, is a cafeteria worker at T.W. Brown Middle School in Dallas, Texas. I'm still going to work because we're still feeding the kids. It's not just kids that attend my school. It's any child that stayed in Dallas and they need a meal. And if a family is really in need, we give the adults a meal as well. When it first started, we would come in from 6:30 in the morning until 5 in the evening, working weekends and stuff. But now it's leveling off. I'm loving it because I miss the kids' faces. We miss hearing their noise. We're feeding our community, and I love that. Pause here and answer question 7. I'm very nervous about contracting the virus. I have 2 grandchildren at home, aged 4 and 9. I could harm my family if I bring something home. That's always in the back of my mind. We have gloves, we wash our hands, we have sanitizers. The mask I have, I purchased on my own. The school didn't have masks. They told us we could tie a bandana around our face, that would work. My daughter takes my temperature every day. I come home. If she wants to spray me down with Lysol, that's fine. Anything to alleviate her fears. My daughter at one point said, "Mom, you're older. Older people are dying. You can stay home." But I was like, nah. Jesus was a server. That's my purpose. That's why I've been in this business 26 years. People look at us as a cafeteria lady. I look at it as a service. If there wasn't an epidemic, we would be still serving kids who probably would not get another meal until the next day. It's an honor for us to serve those kids. And this story was told to and recorded by Alana Abramson. Pause here and answer question 8. At this point, if you finished all of the text embedded questions, all of the questions 1 through 8, you can exit this video and you can continue on to the COVID-19 pandemic discussion.